Thank you.
Uh, okay. Thank you, Your Honor. Uh, all right. So I think that pretty much does it. Is there some sort of physical inconvenience to you with having her mother being the one who transports the children to see you?
No, but I should always know where he's at, his address, just in case that falls through. She don't fall because it sometimes it be complicated for her. She get mad at me and then she'll be like, "Oh, my mom's not bringing them."
At this time, court's going to go ahead and call Bell County Cause number 24 DFAN 346,036. This is in the 264 Judicial District Court of Bell County, Texas, and this is in the interest of Baker minor child. Non-custodial party being Quantrell J. Baker, custodial party being Brianna N. Shine. And this matter before the court on the original petition and student affecting parent-child relationship. Court's taking judicial notice of the court file. Note for the record that here's the child in this matter is going to be 7 next month. Yeah. The court
Yes.
will further note that both parties have previously been noticed and served in conformity with the Texas Rules of Civil Procedure and are properly before the court this time, both having been served back in May of this year. So I'll ask the state for an opening to tell the court what the state's requesting we do here, what you understand agreements and contests to be at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. So I believe the real contest is going to be on non-disclosure. The state's requesting it. I don't believe that the mother is objecting. I believe the father is objecting. I believe there'll be some testimony that there was a terroristic threat case that resulted in a conviction. I have the Bell County cause number if the court wants it. Like I said, it was in 2020, and I believe that uh, mother was the complaining witness in that case. Um, so state's requesting non-disclosure. I believe the parties do not agree as to conservatorship. The state will leave that to the court. I believe mother's requesting a sole. I believe father's requesting joint. Uh, and then the state is requesting app close. I don't believe the parties are in disagreement with that. Um, I believe we have an agreement as to child support, which would be 320 on the current child support, 35 on the current medical. I believe that's there's government health involved, and then there's two other children, so one in, two out. So it's giving credit for those two children. And then the state is requesting retroactive support, and the total amount going back to September the 26th of 2020, $6,917, and the requested repayment is $85 a month. I don't believe that Mr. Baker is opposed to that, but I'll ask him, Your Honor. And I think that's it, Your Honor.
All right, then. Well, and well, let's get some information about that 2020 conviction, and the court will see whether or not it rises to the. Well, it sounds like it probably does, but it rises to the point where I have to name Mr. Baker as a possessory conservator and give him rights to that. But I need some particulars of whether or not it was a straight out conviction, whether or not he's still on any type of parole or probation for that conviction. And well, like I say, we'll take it from there. But this time, I'm going to ask both of you to raise your right hands and let me get you under oath. Do both of you solemnly swear or affirm me testimony you're going to give here today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth will help you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right, you're both officially under oath. I'll go ahead and let the state call your first witness. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. State calls Ms. Shine, Your Honor. Ms. Shine, will you state your full name, please?
Brianna Nicole Shine.
All right, and let's talk about the opening that I gave the court. Were you able to hear it?
Somewhat.
Okay, so let me go through it point by point. So tell me if you agree or disagree. So my understanding is you're requesting a sole managing conservatorship. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. You're not you're not opposed to a standard possession order, right? So he would get regular visitation, but
Right, right,
you're right. But you're asking that the drop off be not at pickup and drop off not be at your house. Is that right?
right. Just the way that it's been going with my mom taking him to him.
Okay, and you're asking, and the state is requesting. It sounds like you're not objecting to non-disclosure. So I would ask that the court not order your address, your phone, your email to be published in the court order. Do I understand correctly?
Right,
Okay,
right,
and then my understanding is that the child support would be $320, the current support, $320 a month on the child support, 35 on the medical. I take it those numbers are
right.
acceptable to you. And then I don't
Yes,
know your position or not, so I'll ask it. But either way, I'm requesting that the court order retroactive support. So my total number is $6,917 going back to September 26th of 2020, and then requesting $85 a month be paid until that's paid off. So is that, are those requests acceptable to you?
yes,
Okay. Um, the terroristic threat, you were the victim of that case, I take it?
right. I have a crime victims case for
Okay.
the
Do you-
VC number.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Yeah, I have a VC number from the crime victims case.
Okay. Do you know if the case
I was
resulted in
arrested.
it? I'm sorry, ma'am. I was talking over you. Will you say again?
He was arrested on that charge.
So do you know if it did, was he, do you know if he was convicted on that charge?
Yes, he was.
Okay. And do you know if he got jail or probation?
I know he got jail time for sure. I don't know about the aftermath of it or what he had to do.
Okay. Um, I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, I'll be back to you in just a moment. Go ahead and call your next witness.
Your Honor, call Quintrell Baker. Mr. Baker, will you state your full name, please?
Quantrell Jermaine Baker.
Okay, and I imagine you're going to probably disagree with some of what I had, but let's maybe try to focus on the, well, actually let me just go through it. So I think to start off with, your request to the court is that there be a joint managing conservatorship, not a sole managing conservatorship for Ms. Shine. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then and I don't know your position on this. I'm requesting the court to order communication through app close. Do you have any objection to that?
No, sir.
Okay. Um, and then I take it you disagree though with pickup and drop off by a third person, and you disagree with her number and her address not being published.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And we can talk more about that in a minute. I'm just trying to give the judge a list here. As far as the numbers that I put forward a minute ago, 320 on the current support and 35 on the current medical support, were those numbers acceptable to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the retroactive support, my number to the court was 6,917, and requesting the repayment be $85 a month. Were those numbers acceptable to you, Mr. Quantrell? I
Nah,
mean, I'm sorry, Mr. Baker.
no, sir, because yeah, we have proof for that, but I have did more. I did more than that, so it shouldn't even be that much.
Okay, so
I done paid bills when her lights off, water off, all that.
yes,
So
sir.
I should really just have current support and no back pay.
Okay, stop, sir, stop. You're getting beyond the question. Listen to the question and answer the question. But the bottom line is, sir, and the state will go into the clarifications of what you're testifying to. So the state may proceed. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. So let's talk about the credits that should be awarded you. How many times would you say that you paid bills between September 2020 and today?
A lot. I have records, cash app, cash out records, bank records.
Okay.
It was like my number was like it was close to like 9,000.
Yes, sir. 9,000 was the total between the bank transfers and the cash app.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In addition to Cash App and bank transfers, are there anything else you would like the court to consider?
Yeah, well, yeah, I pay, and then the cash. Well, that's all I have. But then cash payments too.
Okay, so the actual like physical cash transaction, maybe transaction is not the right word. How much physical cash did you give her?
Over 1,000.
Yes, sir.
I can't really. Yeah, that was, that's been 4 years. But anytime I'm asked for money, it's received.
Yes, sir. Understand. Okay, so we can talk to. I'll ask Ms. Shine about that here in a minute. But are any other Cash App, bank transfers, physical cash that you handed her? Anything else that you're asking the court to consider?
Uh, as far as money go, as far as
Yes, sir.
no.
Okay. And I'm not trying to minimize that. I'm just asking if there's anything else that needs to be put before the court. Uh, so all right, let's talk about the non-disclosure, and let's talk about the terroristic threats case. What ultimately resulted from that, or was there a terroristic threats case back in 2020?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I got court costs, fine, and community service.
Okay, so was there a were you put on deferred probation?
No,
What did
no probation. No probation.
so you pled guilty or you pled no contest, but they only made you pay a fine and some court costs?
Fine, court costs, a class, and community service.
Okay, sir, and the mother was the one on the other side of that conviction, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. You may proceed, Mr. Diamond.
Thank you, Your Honor. And the court might be more familiar with Bell County's criminal justice system, so I may be asking unnecessary questions.
Well, I think I got enough, but again, terroristic threat is included under family violence. So, and he's saying that he has a conviction, so that covers that. Sorry.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. All right. So I think that pretty much does it. Is there some sort of physical inconvenience to you with having her mother being the one who transports the children to see you?
No, but I should always know where he's at, his address, just in case that falls through. She don't fall, because sometimes it'd be complicated for her. She get mad at me, and then she'll be like, "Oh, my mom's not bringing them." So then, if that's the case, then I need to go get them.
Okay, well, here's Bill, sir. Under a court order, that's not well, under a court order, if she does that, then she's in violation of the court order, and she's the one in trouble with the court, which I can fine and put her in jail for violating the court order. But the bottom line is, I'm probably going to change that around anyway, because I can't order a third party to do something. I've got to order it done a certain way and where it's enforceable. And I'm probably going to change it around to a pickup and drop off at a neutral site. And my neutral sites are always police stations or sheriff's departments, just to make sure there's nothing going on problematically. And so I'll have the state confirm where, at least the city where both of y'all live, so I can figure out where I might want to do that drop off and pick up stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor. So Mr. Baker, where do you live?
I live in Temple.
And does Miss Shine live in Temple as well?
No, sir.
Where does Miss Shine live?
Parker Heights.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I thank you, Mr. Baker. I think that's what I have, Your Honor.
Okay, well, I got questions. I got a couple of questions, Mr. Baker. Mr. Baker, you say you got Cash App. Obviously, Cash App, well, you can tabulate real fast exactly the amount you gave to the mother through Cash App from 2020 to the day's date. So you still have that same Cash App account and have access to getting that printout, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, then. Have you looked at that printout specifically as far as the money's transferred to her?
Yes, sir. But it's two different. I'm sending it to her to different accounts. I got the same account, but it's sent to her to different account.
All right, how many different accounts?
Like 4.
Are they all under her name?
No, they're different in her son's name, both her sons, her name, her mom's.
All right, so what's the total amount you're alleging you sent to all 4 accounts over the last 4 years, sir? What's the specific readout say?
Hold on, let me see. I have 8,434.
All right, do you have a problem getting those getting copies of those readouts, making copies, PDFs, and forwarding those to the state?
Yeah, could I email it?
Yeah, well, the state will set that up, sir. But yeah, I just want to make sure you can get that done.
Oh,
All right,
yes,
and you
sir.
said that there have been other transfers via other methods. What other methods? Are we looking at a bank transfer, a Zelle, or something else? What are we talking about?
Well, the bank transfer is included to them, included in that amount I said, and I got all of them too.
All right, and how those bank transfers made? Through what entity they made with, sir?
It was Texel.
Okay, so you just made account-to-account transfers?
Yeah, account to account transfer. Yes, sir.
All right then. And you have the proof of that, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right then. All right then, sir. All right. All right then, thank you very much. I'll have state recall the mom and get some information concerning confirming what city she lives in where I can set this visitation package up. And also the information about the transfers that the father is alleging that he's got documented proof that he did pay that amount to her during that time frame. And I'm not sure, did the state's calculation included credit for anything or just the overall amount, sir, Mr.
I
Dunn?
believe it was just the overall amount, Your Honor. And if Miss Shine is able to corroborate, Mr. Baker's testimony, then I don't object to the court not ordering retroactive support.
All right, then. Well, let's get some testimony from her and let's find out what's going on. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Recall Miss Shine. Miss Shine, what city do you live in?
Parker Heights.
Okay. And so there, Mr. Baker testified just a minute ago that he's made physical cash transfers, a Cash App, various ways he's provided support. I think around $9,000, I believe, is what he told the court.
A little bit
Is
more
that?
than 8.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
It's a little bit more than 8,000.
A little more than 8,000, Your Honor. I'm sorry. Does that sound roughly correct, Miss Shine?
Well, my judgment was about 6,000. I said about $1,500 here. I'm not quite sure. There was no cash transactions, but I don't deny that he helps when he can. I've never said that he didn't. But like I said, I don't have a record of the amount. So if he does, then I would go according to that.
All right, then, ma'am. So if he presents a copy of that information to the state showing that all those transactions took place in the last 4 years and they cover 8,000, that means that the only support owed is the amount going forward. You understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you. Any other questions of this witness at this time, Mr. Diamond?
No, Your Honor, but again, the state has no objection if the court wants to accept the testimony and move forward without the retroactive support.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm looking at doing because it's substantially more than the amount that's owed. But I do need to know, ma'am, here's the deal. As I was telling him, I can't volunteer your mother or order your mother or anybody else other than you to make the child available for visitation. My normal procedure is when I'm dealing with people who have had legal problems with each other, as far as terroristic threats, threats of family violence, actually family violence, that sort of thing. I usually always make my exchanges at the police station. The law is that the normal pickup and drop off should be at your residence, but because of the prior criminal conviction, I've got to go with the police station, and I'm looking at and you live in Harker Heights. I'm looking at drop off and pick up at the police station for visitation at the appointed time. So if it's at 6 p.m. on Friday, 6 p.m. on Sunday, or something else, Your responsibility or your designated agent's responsibility would be to have the child ready for pickup at that location at 6 p.m. and pick the child back up the following Sunday at 6 p.m. Is there a problem with that now?
No, sir.
All right. Okay, sir, do you hear how that's going to have to be set up going forward, sir?
Yes, sir. So it has to be the police station?
Yes, sir. I always use a police station. They have police officers and high definition cameras. Things are less likely to go south or crazy at a police station. I've actually had clients arrested when I was a lawyer for exchanging a child at Walmart, and they both got into a fight, and everybody got arrested. So, and the child ended up in foster care for a little bit. So yeah, I use police stations, sir. It's just the way I've learned. Any other questions there, Mr. Baker?
What police station?
Harker Heights PD, right off the highway.
So I had to go to Harker Heights?
Yes, sir. If the exchange wasn't going to be at the police station, it was going to be at her residence at Harker Heights. Yeah. The Texas law is you pick up and drop off at mom's residence.
Well, her mom was bringing them to my residence.
Well, sir, you can't have it both ways. I cannot order her mother to do anything. All I can do is order her to have the child available for pickup and drop off at the appropriate spot, sir. So that's that. Sometimes you don't get what you wish for. But again, her mother is not part of this lawsuit, just you two. So.
But if we come to agreements to that wouldn't be a problem?
No, you can agree to anything you want, ma'am, sir, and that's not a problem. But if you don't come to agreement and you can't complain because she didn't send the child over or mom didn't drop the child off, you cannot complain that the child wasn't given to you at 6 p.m. or at the appropriate time and spot. Understand?
All right.
And again, an agreement is an agreement, sir. It's got to be both. She's got to agree to it and you've got to agree to it. If she doesn't agree to it, then your pickup and drop off is Harker Heights PD. Understood?
Yes, sir.
All right. Sorry. All right. Anyway, based on the testimony of the father and the fact he says he has that data, and I'm taking it on the oath on that, and that all those payments were made in the 4-year time frame we were looking at, then I'm not going to order retroactive child support this time. I am ordering full child support going forward, starting the first, and cash medical starting the first day of October, and all payments are made through the state disbursement unit. Mr. Baker, are you a salaried employee, sir?
No, sir.
What do you do for a living, sir?
Oh, so what salary? No, I get paid hourly.
Okay. So, and who do you work for?
Home Shack is a furniture company.
All right, then, sir. Well, obviously, sir, you're responsible for paying that child support directly until it starts coming out of your paycheck as a wage withholding. This is your only. You have no other children, correct? Or you have one other child?
No, I got 2 others.
You got 2 others. Are you paying child support for them?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, here's the deal, sir. You may not notice it right away, but once it starts coming out, the difference you'll have to pay. I'm sorry. Until it starts coming out, you have to pay it, and then you've got to do the math to make sure that they're taking out enough to cover your current child support. With Ms. Baker, when there's more than one child support order out there, there's sometimes a problem with not enough being taken out. But you need to figure out and make sure that she's getting enough of that to make sure the state doesn't file a motion for enforcement against you. So I'm going to do this one more time, Mr. Baker. Any more questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right. Okay.
Well, yeah, I got one more. So since that charge, we can't have it can't be joint.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Not a charge anymore. It's a conviction. There's a difference. She's sole manager conservator. You're a possessor conservator with all the rights under possessor conservatorship, sir. But no, you can't. That conviction changes everything.
I fought it for 2 years, and it really didn't go down the way it said it went down. I just had to cop out to it.
Mr. Baker, you did, and I'm enough of a lawyer to remember that when you said you pled guilty, the judge asked you and said you pleaded guilty, and for no other reason than the fact that you are guilty of the offense that you're alleging that you're pleading to, and you said yes, right?
No, I pled no contest.
You pled no contest. All right, then, sir. And then the court went ahead and returned, and you pled no contest, and the court went ahead and found and convicted you of that. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
All right. Well, then okay. Even though you didn't plead out there directly, sir, there still is this conviction based on the evidence before the court at that time. All right. Any other questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right, then. Ma'am, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, Mr. Diamond, I'll go ahead and waive the court call since there's no retroactive child support in this one, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'll ask you to prepare that order and circulate it among the parties. Again, ma'am, you can agree to anything as far as the exchange is concerned, but the order will specifically says the exchanges are to take place at the appropriate times at the Harker Heights Police Department. If you move from Harker Heights, that's then obviously you'll need to come back in and change things around. But other than that, ma'am, that's going to be the order of court, and it's left up to y'all to come up with a different one. But the enforcement factor is only included for exchanges at HHPD. All right.
Okay.
All right. All right, folks. Good luck to both of you. I'm gonna have the state prepare the order. And may the parties excuse Mr. Diamond, or do you need to go back into breakout?
May they go back in the breakout room? Miss Rogers already prepared an order. There's a couple tweaks, but it's mostly in place. So she'll have the order out in 5 minutes or so, Your Honor.
All right, great. All right, folks. The state's going to place you back in the breakout room so you can look at the order as per the court's rendition and sign off on it if you one way or the other or not. But the bottom line is, signing off on it doesn't mean you agree to it. It just means it just means that this is what the court ordered, and it will eventually be sent to me without your signatures. And so long as it's what I rendered, then the judge is going to sign off on it, and it will become the order of the court. Thank you both, and we're off the record.
Thank you, Your Honor.